it's Laura with Eastside Staffing. I hope you're having a great start to the week. I wanted to talk today about a phrase that's been coming up for me, and I've been super curious about it this week and would love to get your thoughts on it as well. So I know people often intend this as a compliment, but it really kind of rubs me the wrong way. And it is the phrase of, "You are one of the good ones." So it's often used for me in recruitment. So people will say, "Oh, I've talked to so many recruiters who are really awful, but you're one of the rare good ones." And I can't help but think about this language, right? It doesn't feel very inclusive to me. It doesn't feel very positive to me. It certainly feels like a bit of an insult to my profession and to recruiters at large. So I wanted to explore this. It's not just about me, of course. I am passionate about recruitment and talent acquisition, but I worry that this phrase is being used a little bit too casually and more commonly than I would like. We are all, or most of us, are working towards more human-focused workplaces with more equity and more inclusion. This is a phrase that I've heard many times throughout my life. My mom was born in Sicily and came to New York at a time when there were a lot of judgments made about Southern Italians, and she was often told, "Oh, you're one of the good ones," as if she was an exception to the rule. And I know the impact that's had on her, and I know the impact that this phrase has had on other marginalized groups, minority groups, and people who struggle to fit in or feel a sense of belonging or feel a sense of inclusion. I want to challenge us that if you're somebody who has said this phrase in the past, you're one of the good ones. You don't need to berate yourself or judge yourself for having done it in the past, but can you reconsider using it in the future and maybe challenge yourself instead to compliment the person directly with a specific compliment or a specific thing you want to share with them about their style, their approach, their persona, their personality, and not put them in a category, not sort of put them in a box of how they compare to everyone else. One of the things that I'm working on is to be less judgmental in our profession, because I know that there are so many in HR and talent acquisition that are struggling with low self-worth. And if we keep using language that's good versus bad, us versus them, the good ones, we are not bringing everyone along on the journey with us. We can train and educate and influence and coach and bring people into different ways of looking at things, but we can't do it if we generalize and if we assume everyone is bad and there are just a few good apples. So food for thought. I'd like you to think about this phrase going into the weekend. You are one of the good ones. I believe in us. I believe in HR and recruitment. I believe we are all good. I believe there are areas of improvement for all of us. But just a phrase I'd like you to consider going forward and maybe try to take out of our vocabulary. Have a great weekend. I will see you all soon.